him. So Oliver McCall and Saleta. And Saleta will get an outstanding ovation here. The largest Polish population this side of Warsaw is right here in Chicago.
Well, they thought they were going to see Saleta fight Andrew Galata tonight, but Galata got cut in training recently. Oliver McCall stepped in, but nonetheless, Saleta will certainly be the favorite of all of these Polish fans who are here this evening in Chicago.
And you will hear a lot of cheers, Polczek, 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 rooting for their hero. And as we said, this guy is big time in Poland. Always an athlete, played football or soccer.
He's one of those guys who is followed not only for being a good fighter, but for basically his fame, because he has a woman like that as a Playboy model as his girlfriend. He says sometimes, George, he has to pick up the tabloids to read about his personal life to find out what's going on.
So that is the setup for our second fight of the evening. It is in the heavyweight division. Oliver McCall against, I'm not going for that eye chart name. They call him Shemek. That's what I'm going with. Unless you care to give it a try.
No, I'll leave it to Jimmy Lennon to do that. But now we're going to take a look at Oliver McCall, who I can remember many times getting very emotional just on his ring walk into the ring. The night that he knocked out Lennox Lewis in England, he was actually crying on the way to the ring. And as you take a look at him now, you can see he kind of goes off into a trance. This was a guy who threw a lot away, George, because of his drug problems and his problems with the law. A very good fighter. He could really hit hard. I mean, very hard. And here at 40, still trying to recapture.
And you got to be real careful with him, because he is as cagey today as ever. If he decides to throw that right hand, which is something few of the heavyweights.
We'll see if that happens once again at age 40. Here's Jimmy Lennon. Jimmy?
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue our action here at the United Center in Chicago with the big boys of boxing, heavyweights in the ring, and a special attraction brought to you courtesy of Don King Productions in association with the United Center. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. Introducing to you our three judges scoring from ringside: Jorge Dominguez, Mike Fitzgerald, and Robert Hecko. And our referee in charge of the bout, our third man in the ring, Gino Rodriguez. All right, fans, here we go. go with a heavyweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with white trim and hailing from Warsaw, Poland. He weighed in at 247 pounds. His record, 42 wins, 6 losses, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. A former kickboxing world champion and Poland's first professional boxer. Please welcome the former Polish and European heavyweight champion, introducing Prezmaslaw Saleta. And his opponent across the ring on my left. He is ready to go, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round attraction, wearing white trunks, fighting out of and representing his hometown of Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at 235 pounds with a record of 44 wins, 8 losses. He has 31 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Atomic Bull, introducing Oliver McCall. Once again, our referee in charge, Gino Rodriguez, now to give instructions, 10 rounds of action schedule.
Okay, guys, I want you to obey my commands at all times, and protect yourself at all times. Both of these trunks are pretty high, but it's going to be okay there, all right? Here, it's going to be okay, all right? Check them up. Let's go.
Saleta is much bigger than Oliver McCall. McCall, you saw his demeanor before the fight. I tend to think even he can't believe he's here.
One thing about the guys from Poland, you may be able to beat them, but you're not going to scare them.
No, no.
You're not going to intimidate these fellas. Everyone I've seen, bravery is written all over.
Yeah, this is a big guy. He's a very smart guy, too. His English, speaks very good English. He actually came to the United States in 1991 and trained for a couple of years with Angelo Dundee.
He's a TV commentator in Poland and going to get off to a fast start here. McCall's going right after him.
Saleta didn't go anywhere when McCall hit him the first time.
The thing I wondered about Saleta when we talked to him was he said, boxing is not really my priority.
One thing about the two heavyweights, neither one is sweating. They didn't come out all wet. So you can catch a guy when he's cold like that. It doesn't matter who you are.
McCall has been in the gym, but you still have to ask yourself how much will he have over a 10-round route.
But I'll tell you, it's amazing. He weighed 235 tonight. And just think, when he fought Lennox Lewis those 2 times, he weighed 231, 237. Yeah. So he's at the same weight, even with all that stuff that's happened to him in his life, as when he was fighting at the highest level.
Oh, he actually looks in reasonably good shape.
Yeah, if you take a look at him, he's ready, in shape. And Saleta supposedly has some hard right hand and left hand punches, like a knuckleball.
It's a good jab. He just snaked out at McCall. Trying to fight him from long range there. He did well with the combination.
And you have the reach. You got to use it. McCall is the less on the reach, so use your reach if you're Saleta.
Saleta seems to have slow hands, though.
Well, I'll point this out about Saleta. He is the only man to defeat the European champion right now, Luan Kresnicki, who is going to be fighting Layman Brewster for the WBO championship next month. And Saleta holds a victory over him.
Yeah, in fact, he made him quit in the 8th round.
McCall puts all of his interest in his right hand. He's seen it do damage before. He's thinking he has to be caught coming in. Hard task to reach up for a tall guy to get him. The big guy has to lean forward just a little.
Of course, Lennox Lewis fell victim to that right hand that George mentioned in London when McCall won the heavyweight championship.
You're right, George. That's first and foremost in his mind.
Right hand. And the good thing about Saleta, he doesn't care who this guy is. Always right hand. He's trying to get a win.
Pick him up, all right? Pick him up. Watch.
The first round, we go right now to JT the Brick with Luis Collazo.
I'm with Luis Collazo. Champ, you took him apart, a Mexican warrior. How did it feel to defend instead of go out and get the title?
Well, it felt great. I want to thank my camp for getting me ready. And, you know, he gave me an opportunity to show my talent, and that's what I did.
George Foreman praised you all night. Now the question is, are people going to duck you? Who do you want next? Gotti, Mayweather? Who would be the perfect fight for you?
Well, Gotti's coming up. Mayweather, we're talking about coming up. So if you want to come up, let's do it. Now I'm 147-pound champion. Been ducked maybe, I don't know for how long, but now I'm here.
Quickly, the Puerto Rican fans that were here, how does it feel to have all those fans come out and support you?
Well, it feels great, and I hope it keeps growing and growing. And I want to thank everybody for supporting me.
Well, I'll tell you, he's the complete package, and I don't know who wants him next, but he's ready for anybody. Back to you, Barry.
All right, thanks very much, JT, and he was very impressive in that win. Round two here, McCall and Saleta.
One thing about a good counterpuncher, you wait too long sometimes. McCall can just sit back and wait, and lose round after round. He's going to have to take the initiative here.
Saleta's trying to keep him off of that long jab of his. George, can McCall time that jab maybe and come with that big right of his?
It's going to be hard to time the jab, but he can time it when he delivers the right hand. Or the left hook. Counter punches have a tendency to wait.
McCall using the jab a little bit here in this.
Really good jab, McCall.
Oliver McCall had great skills when he was at his best. It's just that he was rarely at his best.
There's always something.
Yeah. This is actually, people may not even have realized that he was fighting. This is actually his fourth fight of this year.
That's good to step up and take a fight like this on the undercard. Then the big fight uncovers itself, and he says, yes, I'll do it.
And you know, the way the heavyweight division is, it seems that the door is always open for a former champion.
All you got to do is get the opportunity.
Let's go. Hey. Hold on, time. Let's go, back.
I don't know if Saleta knows it, but if he just keeps jabbing, he can win round after round. I would be careful if I was McCall to kind of get him upset, because he may forget and kick him.
That's right.
Well, he's doing a good job of controlling the action this round with his jab.
Once again, McCall sits there and waits.
There's a right hand over the top.
Last big win of McCall's career was in the year 2001. He knocked out Henry Akinwande in Las Vegas.
He's not afraid of punches. Good right hand by McCall that time.
It was. Landed right on the top of the head.
Look it up. Hey.
Well, McCall came out loaded for bear in the first round. He went right to Saleta, but in this round, as George pointed out, he's waiting a lot.
Yeah, counter punches, when you know you got that right hand, you wait too long.
Jab is working beautiful.
That round, I thought.
All right, you got to throw your punches a little more in numbers. You got to throw a little more combinations. All right, you throw 1, 2, and guess what? You hit them, so you can place another 2 or 3 shots.
You gotta bring it down some. It's too high, way too high, way too high. You gotta bring it down, way too high.
You understand me? Yeah. Throw a little more combinations, all right? And you got to stick down a little bit more to your body, to his body than you do, okay? Hey, this is beautiful.
Just walk up and let him hit you. Don't do that. Now that's the way the guy was doing this wall. No, don't do it. Okay? You understand? Get that water. Stay busy.
Saleta looked a little winded in his corner. Gino Rodriguez, the referee, and unlike the last fight when Miguel Angel Gonzalez had his trunks very low, Rodriguez doesn't like where the trunks, the protector are of Saleta, and has had them pulled down.
This is the 3rd round of a 10-round fight. They want Saleta to be a little busier. And I think in McCall's corner, same thing. Right to the body, left to the head by Saleta.
I like it. Saleta he's aggressive, but yet he keeps his jab working. He steps forward with jabs.
McCall cranked that right hand, but Saleta just didn't take a backward step.
Yeah, he's got to keep his head up, Saleta. He can't duck down. That's in McCall's range. Stay out of his range. If you're a tall fighter, you got to fight tall. Don't try to get down there with the guys who are shorter than you are. That's when the reach and everything is equalized there.
McCall just kind of sitting back, as you indicated, George, just waiting on Saleta.
He just hardly turned that over, George. Very short, quick.
All from the wrist there, right in the forearm. That's power.
Bring him up. Saleta showing a little more than I think a lot of people thought that he had coming in here.
I think you don't want to get him riled up because he hasn't uncovered his temper yet.
McCall's looking for a mistake. You can just see him there. He's trying to lure Saleta into doing something.
He's trying to make him just lower his head just a little bit, reaching for a body shot, and then he's going to get him. That's what he's waiting on. McCall he's got to do something about it. He's got to jab him to the body more, use his left jab a little more, make him reach down.
Caliber of this fight is actually better than I thought it was going to be honest with you.
And McCall still carries a punch, so you have to, even though it appears as though he's falling behind on points, you have to keep that in mind, and Saleta has to keep that in mind.
McCall has gotten more relaxed as the fight is going on too. He's taking some of the power that Saleta has given him. And he's standing right there on the ball of his feet, trying to deliver combinations.
It's a little busier here in this round, too. It cranked the right hand there that landed right at the forehead. But Saleta, again, is not taking a backward step.
That's right. Go.
Hey, that was a beautiful round, man. You know what I mean? That was a beautiful round. That was a beautiful round.
Big round for
But see, when you throw that left hook, when you throw that right hand over here, under here, that's where we want to go with that right that left hand. Take that. Throw it over here, the right hand, then dig it. Come on. Come here. You understand what I'm talking about? Jab is working. Jab working. When you go with that right hand, I think it's over. Over. You understand? Throw the jab.
All right, early in the round, Saleta was doing some good work, especially to the body there. See that little short right? That actually made McCall grab him and hold. And then there's that right hand that George referred to where he just turned it over with the wrist and the forearm. Near the end of the round, though, McCall came back good. He landed a strong right there, and he dominated the last 30 seconds of the round.
That might have won the round for him. I thought he was a little bit busier in that round.
You see, doesn't matter how McCall gets set for a shot. When Saleta stands up straight, he can't get anything going on him. He's too tall. Only when Saleta moves forward or bend his waist, that's when the trouble starts for him.
Saleta, big, strong guy, and I agree with you, Rich. I think that people might not have expected as much from him as he's showing. And it's not to say he's dominating the fight. I don't believe he is.
He's got a long jab, and every now and then he won't bring that jab all the way back. He'll throw a little quick hook off of it. George, I know you've always been an advocate of when you have a big guy who's a lot bigger than the other guy to kind of lean on him and wear him down if you can.
Why not? If you're big and tall, you got to use all that. Don't feel sorry. Make the guy feel your weight. Good point.
So Saleta, even though it seems like he's at a better advantage if he keeps the fight outside, when they get close, you kind of drape himself on him.
Put your weight on him. And do a lot of body shots. This fight is going to go round after round, and those body shots are what's going to save Saleta. McCall has just got to make him bend his waist just a little more for the right hand. See the left cut, try to come in there when he bent his head down.
Good exchange there, but again, neither man going backward.
McCall not waiting here.
Good right hand from McCall.
That was his best punch of the fight.
I think it was. I think it might have hurt Saleta.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's an uppercut. Now McCall gets on with a left hand and a right hand. And another good sharp right hand at the top of the head.
He's looking for that right, baby.
Yeah, he is. Had it cocked for about 10 seconds. Uppercut right hand. Down goes Saleta. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over. It is over. Oliver McCall. 4 years old and he's not done yet.
You never lose your punch. Oliver and George just had eye contact. And I think he was thinking the same thing.
You know what? He made him bend his waist. Got in the first uppercut, making his head come down from then on. All gone. Make the tall guys bend their waist to you. Don't reach up at them.
Saleta was fighting a fine fight up until the point of that uppercut. You're right, George. And a lot of people didn't realize up against the ropes that McCall had gotten that uppercut in.
Uppercut in.
And that shook him up.
Well, you know, he came in here looking in pretty decent shape. Came in here with an idea. And he executed it.
My life story.
George, don't you know he's going to challenge you?
I don't know wherever God leads me. I got a lot of work to do.
All right, George, we get a chance now to take a look at the end of it. And, you know, they judge fighters a lot on how you finish. He finished.
Yeah, he got focus on him, kept his head down a little bit. Saleta bows again, weaves a little bit, and that's when he goes. Don't have to go up high at all.
That uppercut going to be coming here in a minute. There it is.
That is. The one shot that you don't want the shorter guy to hit you with is an uppercut, and that's what happened.
That's the one that started him on the way. Good sharp right hand. You saw his knees buckle.
That's that uppercut. One after another. Never lose your height advantage by bending your head forward for the uppercut.
Now, the other thing I thought he did too was very savvy is when Saleta tried to grab him and tie him up, he just stepped back and wouldn't allow it.
Kept his patience. Kept focused, stayed close, eyes wide open, fighting like he's about 27 years old.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, he came in here with an idea, and you know, his name is going to start to get mentioned again.
No doubt about it. This is a good show for him.
And it was the uppercut that really did it. The right hand finished it. But that uppercut did it. And I think this will be a TKO incident. The referee stopped the fight. Don't believe they will call this a knockout, but that's just verbiage. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. and find out.
40 seconds in round number 4. A referee in charge, Gino Rodriguez, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, the Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall.
Oliver McCall, at 40 years of age, as we said, George, will now start to get mentioned again in this muddled heavyweight picture.
As far as I'm concerned, 40 is youngsters.
I know that. I know that. I
was 45 years when I became heavyweight champ of the world, so he's in the prime of his life. Now he's got to live good now.
As far as I'm concerned, you're a youngster.
But the idea that the guy was able to make this tall guy lean forward a little bit into those uppercuts, something that couldn't have happened in the first 2 rounds because of the height and reach that Saleta had.
Well, as we said, this was a guy that was supposed to have fought on the undercard. This was supposed to be an all-Polish heavyweight fight between Saleta and Andrew Golota. And Golota dropped out. And suddenly Oliver McCall took the call and made good on it. Oliver McCall is, he just will not go away.
He's there because of that punch, though. You can go away if you're a good boxer, but when you're a good puncher, you can always hang an extra year.
All right, right now, center of the ring, Rich Barada with Oliver McCall. Rich?
Well, Oliver McCall, welcome back. It's amazing that you're in this kind of a situation once again. I know you heard the cheers of that crowd here tonight.
Oh, it was overwhelming. First of all, I want to thank all the people of Chicago. I'll be home soon, Mariah. I love you. That's my granddaughter, Natasha McCall Smith. Oh, Lord.
Oliver, as you got close to the ring tonight, I could see that emotion coming out on you once again as you got near to the ring, and I could see that you kind of went into that trance of yours and that you really wanted to get in there and make it happen for yourself once again.
Yeah, well, you know, I trained hard for the fight, and when I came here, you know, I wanted my wife and kids to be here, but unfortunately they ain't here. I love them. It's for all y'all back there. But I have my other family with me. You know, my nieces, my nephews, I love them all. And the people, the fans, thank you. Thank you for the fight.
I just wanted to congratulate you because it was a great fight. And that's the fight I wanted to win, of course, but that's the fight I wanted to be happening, so I didn't want to run and stick. And you were trying just to hit me, and I preferred to stand up in front of you and try to win this way.
But nice fight.
Thank you very much.
Nice fight, no problem.
Right, Shemek Saleta, with his congratulations. Let's talk a little bit about the fight itself. It seemed as though at times, Oliver, that long jab of his, which is very long, that was causing you some trouble. Were you waiting for the opportunity?
Yeah, well, it was causing me a little trouble, but the little trouble was it wasn't a hard jab. It wasn't hurting me. It was more or less annoying me because it didn't give me time to get my leverage. Once I saw I couldn't get my leverage with my right hand like I wanted, I saw that I could hit him with uppercuts, but then I lured him in, and I saw that he was open. So in the 4th round, I said, wait up. It's time to come with the uppercut and then come with the right hand, and that's what I done.
And now Don King, who was given a lot of heavyweights a second chance. Yes. Don, you gave Oliver McCall still another chance. He came through for you tonight, and I guess he's back in the mix again, huh?
Yes, he is. He's a great fighter, and he deserved an opportunity. He's a good fighter. He's a strong man, and he proved it tonight, beating the guy that's a great Polish fighter in Shemek. And so I think Oliver is back in the mix now, and we're just going to go after anybody and everybody that will take him on.
And I'll take on anybody that come on, because I want that title.
Before you get away, Oliver, let's take a look at the end of the fight, and we're going to ask you to take a look at it here on our monitor and describe what was going on.
Well, it's the uppercut. Watch. There it go. You know, it was the uppercut. I knew I hurt him then. It was just a matter of putting hooks, right hands, come back with an uppercut. I'm trying to set him up for the uppercut, back with the jab, come back. All right, now I know I can hit him with the uppercut or the right hand, so that's why I just boom, right hand, coming back. Now the uppercut is still what I want to get him with, though. See, there it go, and that done it.
That's it.
Another uppercut right hand.
Down he went, end of story, spell it KO, no doubt about it. Yeah. We'll take another look at it here.
Right.
But you knew the moment that you had him.
I knew once I hurt him, he wasn't going to get away. Now the left uppercut, then right hand, it was over.
Well, Oliver, all we can do is offer our congratulations and once again say welcome back.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, there he is. The winner, a happy winner here tonight, Oliver McCall. Let's go back down to ringside and Barry Tompkins.
All right, thanks very much, Rich. Well, the happy winner, of course, with very good reason. I mean, this is the guy, as we said, just simply will not go away. He's like that cockroach, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but he just, every time you write him off, every time you think he's all done dancing, well, Oliver McCall's got one last waltz, and he'll be right back, at least in conversation in the heavyweight division. I would have to say that he'd probably need another fight or two, but this was a very good win for him, and he did show some skills, and certainly he showed that same kind of pop that he's always had. So heavyweight championship, I don't know if that's in the future, but at least people are going to talk about it. 2 heavyweight champions are in our immediate future, though, and they are with Jim Hill right now. Jim?
All right, Barry, thank you very much.